it's a fairly broad question as to what would be done to optimize on the capital side, but a lot of the elements that I think are pretty clear in ecosystems around the world is you're talking about different phases of risk capital. And so, and normally, as long as there is capital in the later stages that will be there for exits or for partnerships, or any of the things that later phase capital is required for in the development of entrepreneurial ecosystems, you'll fill in eventually the other pieces. If there isn't that exit ecosystem, if there isn't a bunch of capital for those purchases or partnerships, then you find it's very hard to get earlier stage capital to come in because it just doesn't see how it's ever going to get its money back. And so the wave your magic wand approach is to generate poster child companies. And so once you've got a couple that really become very well branded, a lot of the risk of the later stage capital starts to be somewhat resolved because people want to jump onto the bandwagon. When you don't have those, then there's a couple of other strategies to get that capital to come in. But those are basically, I think, the major elements that you want to do when you're trying to optimize these ecosystems, is make sure there's later stage capital, and then you've got a number of elements you've got to put in place to be able to ensure there's earlier stage capital. Now, you asked about the broader Latin American ecosystem, and there's definitely places where you're starting to see some of the elements that I was talking about really starting to generate more kinds of scaled capital. If you look at Nubank and Logi in Brazil and Rappi in Colombia, I mean, you're starting to see some of those examples in the broader Latin American ecosystem that's starting to get the capital to really sit up and take notice.